Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest 8-second gaming, and in today's video we're going to be talking about one of the biggest mysteries in the world. And no, it's not why my dad's love is conditional, I still haven't figured that out. It is the Apex Legends skill-based matchmaking system. Everyone knows it is basically an enigma machine. We have no idea how it works, how it functions, and sometimes it just seems to randomly pick your teammates by throwing a dart at a board blindly. But thankfully the Respawn devs have been shining a little bit of light on the subject, and we actually do know how the system works now, so we're going to be talking about it, breaking it down, and by the end of this video you will know how it works too. But just quickly, if you guys don't want to be at the mercy of the skill-based matchmaking system and you want to carry every single game that you get into, then you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there we have top level coaches creating the best, most highly informative guides to make you the best player you can possibly be. We have legend guides, gun guides, VOD reviews, and much more. No matter what you struggle with as a player, you will be able to find a solution over there. We have hundreds of guides already with more coming out every single week. So click the link in the description, pick yourself up a membership, and start to improve today. But okay, let's jump back into things. And this was all kicked off when TSM Aberlele tweeted out seeing SBMM on the timeline again recently. Out of curiosity, I'm going to ask something directed at the devs and casual players. Why have skill-based matchmaking in pubs instead of a ranked system? What's the advantages to something like this? Personally, I like playing with people of equal skill 99% of the time. And then this prompted Sammy Duke, who is the lead technical director at Apex. I hope I said his name correctly. If I didn't, somebody please correct me in the comments down below. I think it's French, and even though I'm Canadian, I don't speak French. But anyway, off topic, let's get back onto the trail here. He tweeted out a big thread stating how the matchmaking system works in Apex. And to kick it all off, he said matchmaking is the combination of three things: a progression system, a matching algorithm, and a skill rating. So first up, the progression system. This is just a way of showing if you're getting better or if you're getting worse. Now in ranked, it's a lot easier to show this off because you have that badge. You know exactly how much RP you're getting every single game. It either goes up, it goes down, and you get that instant gratification. But in pubs, it's a little bit different. The devs say that they have hidden that skill progression system because it does not move enough for players to get the gratification from it. When you play a game and you either do well or do badly, you want to see that number move because you want to know what's going on with your skill rating. People are very curious when it comes to stuff like that. But over a season, they said that this might not change at all. And if it doesn't change and people don't get to see that number move, they don't want to engage with it. They don't want to interact with it. It's not interesting to them. So it is better to just keep this hidden. And the system is a little bit more complicated than other games. If we were to look at a game like League of Legends, for example, it's one team versus another team. You either win or you lose. But in Apex, in a regular trios game, there are 20 teams. And there are a bunch of other factors being thrown at you, like RNG. Say for example, you're landing and somebody lands right next to you. You open a supply bin, he opens a supply bin. He gets a gun, you don't, and he kills you. Does that mean that he's a better player than you are? Does that mean that your skill rating should go down because you just got unlucky? That is something that they have to take into account. And also, people have different definitions of winning when it comes to pub games. Now, to put that into an example, me personally, I do not play pubs to win. I play pubs to get kills. I want to run at people. I want to get into fights. So my definition of a win is if I have a really high kill game. Actually winning the game is just kind of a cherry on top. And I know that that's not the definition of winning. I know people are going to be in the comments saying winning is winning. You either won the game or you didn't win the game. But again, like the dev said, people have different definitions of winning when it comes to pubs. So that is something that they have to take into account when making a skill-based matchmaking system. So that is what goes into the skill progression system, the first part. So let's move into the second part, and that is the skill rating. Now this is where most of the magic happens. It's like a cauldron. It's just throwing in a bunch of random ingredients, like your progression system, your stats. There's a bunch of math that goes into it, and I'm pretty sure the stats that he does mention are kind of like your KD, your recent kills, stuff like that. Now he does say that this is where most of the secret sauce is made, and he doesn't actually go into detail on how that sauce is made, because if he does, then a lot of people will be able to figure out how the algorithm works and be able to abuse it a lot more, like how people do the bot lobby glitches. Those are already annoying enough for a lot of players. If there were more ways to do it, people would be very angry, and so they don't want to have that kind of getting out, and they'd rather just keep this a secret. Now that is kind of annoying because I personally want to know exactly how the game picks my teammates and my enemies, but I do understand why they keep it a secret. It's for a good cause. So, you know, take the good with the bad. Now, the skill rating is mostly secret, so there's not a whole lot to talk about here, but that's the second part done. So now let's move into the third part. And that is the matching part. This is actually the algorithm that starts to put everything together and pick the people that are in the game. Now, he does go on to say that the algorithm does have a few things to consider before it actually picks a person to play. Like, is it going to be the closest member in skill in the queue, or is it going to be the guy that waited the longest in the queue because he needs to play before he does quit the game because he's bored? Or is it the person that has the lowest ping compared to you, because high ping is very annoying to play against? He says that it gets quite convoluted and it's definitely not easy. There's a bunch of things that go into it, and sometimes there's not going to be a perfect match. Say you have like a 0.8 KD. Is there going to be somebody that has a 0.8 KD that's waited a decent amount of time in the queue and has low ping? Maybe one or two, but that's not enough to fill a lobby. So there has to be a few give and takes on the matchmaking system. You're going to get people that have higher KDs, you're going to have people that are higher ping, and you're going to have people that just were waiting longer and got into your game. And towards the end of the thread, he did go on to say that pubs does have a little bit more give than it does in ranked. In ranked, they have to go off that actual badge system for most of the time. But in pubs, because it's a hidden progression, you don't actually see who you're playing against, there's a little bit more give on that. And he does say that people do play pubs a lot differently. Some people play to win, some people are just playing silly and playing to have fun. So that does change how they are actually going to do stuff. Again, I'm a good example. I don't play to win. I push stupid stuff. I will throw myself into a 1v10 because it looked fun. Is that the best way to win the game? Absolutely not. But I'm having fun, so who cares? Now, that is how the skill-based matchmaking system works right now, but there are some changes coming up in the near future. Now, they have also said that people have been working behind the scenes, changing the skill-based matchmaking system, working under the hood as the entire game has gone on. So there have been constant changes, but coming up very soon, we are going to see an overhaul of the system. This was spurred on by FaZe Snipedown when he tweeted out, "For the first time in a while, Apex put me in such a bad mood today. Constant cheaters who I've been matching for days, pubs with 3 teams 5 minutes in, ranked games either 6 teams zone 1 or third parties instantly, or pubs with my wife against pred players. Good stuff." Then Zach Mazer responded with, "It's all about who you play with, man," and Snipedown then went on to say 100%, but even Yasmin, who has the best vibes possible, could not get me out of my annoyance. Can't even play with her due to the insane MMR they have implemented in their game. And then this actually did get a response from the devs on skill-based matchmaking. They said SBMM will change. For the moment, it is based on the highest player in the group and will most likely mutate to something else. Surprise, surprise, mid-December/New Year. We will communicate more in the new year about this, but I hope it will allow to work for you and your wife. Now, this did get a bunch of mixed reviews from people. Some people are very happy that the devs are being more transparent with the game. Some people were saying, why not just get rid of SBMM pubs completely? Why try to complicate something that doesn't have to be complicated? And some people said, why not just always take the average of the group? Why take the highest rating? And for the average one, they did respond saying average does not work well enough. People's contribution depends on the skill distribution. Easiest solution is just to take the max because you can assume highest skill player has the most impact. We acknowledge those issues and are working on it. So at the earliest mid-December, but pushing into the new year, we are going to see a massive overhaul of the SBMM system and change how pubs are played forever. And me personally, I'm really excited to see how things are going to be changing. I'm really excited to see what they actually have in mind. But this is where I want to throw a question out to you guys, the community. What do you think they should do to SBMM? Do you think they should just get rid of it completely? Are you just waiting to see what they do to it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And with all this being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.